Just kidding. I love it to death.
I mean,
I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
All right. Now we're live. Live.
Take two.
Take
it's
two.
always weird when you come back from a live show or like a room, an on location. Then something's always like, oh, we forgot this. Oh, hey, there's this.
Oh, I know, right? There's always something fucked up. It's
like, what am I doing differently? That's not working.
What's not going to work today for us?
Well,
we're back though.
As long as I've been on the show, you think I would like learn how to do what you do.
No,
but I haven't learned yet anything yet.
No, that's okay though. I'm not. I know it's funny because we did this big podcast festival a couple weeks ago, and and so everyone had a producer. Like it was so weird. They're like, I'm like, what you're here for your podcast? They're like, yeah, our producer's not here yet, so we don't know what we need to do. So I'm like, where are these podcast producers that people have that give just free work?
That's
Or is it just someone that like I don't want to be on camera, but I'm totally wanting to do podcast work, but because
it's just like a fancy word they like to throw around. It's like clientele.
Because I guess I could even be a producer for this thing.
Oh yeah.
As far as I can tell, they just come in and tell us what to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, the podcast producer shows up and goes, here's how you're doing it. Here's how you're doing it wrong. And I go, okay. So we actually have we have guests in our studio.
We do
Today. Whoa,
it's fantastic.
Wow.
Wow.
So we have on camera. Let's see if we can pull this up. Is your name Tamara? Is that correct?
Yeah, it's Tamario actually, or Tenorio. You can either one.
Super Tenario.
Or Maya. I like that
Maya.
one too.
How what's the worst fucked up thing someone said your name?
Oh, my boss's boss called me Maruro.
Maroa?
Maruro. Yeah, Maruro. It was like Maruro lives on. It was almost like a character that died off in an action movie.
Nice.
But that's one of the worst ones I've heard in a long time. It's hilarious.
So we have Henry and we have Morrow from how do you say the band? Chicharra.
See, you were saying it right.
How were you saying it in your head?
Chicharra. I think I said it that way once or
Chicharra.
twice. But
he heard. I told him earlier, and he just didn't want to fuck it up on air.
Yeah, I was trying not to fuck it. I was trying not to fuck it up.
The worst pronunciation I've heard was sriracha. Someone was all sriracha just played. It was so sriracha.
Is there sriracha? And everybody's like, I fucking love sriracha, bro. I bet
it
there
was
is.
really funny.
I bet there is a sriracha.
That's just like the New Mexican way of saying cicada, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's Spanish for
Yeah.
for
Oh, that's
cicada.
what it means. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it means.
So
or also busy, or a lot of noise. So it's slang for a lot of noise.
Oh, okay.
Because
wow.
of the hum of all the chicharras. So
Oh.
if there's something really noisy, it's like, oh, the chicharra. You know, because I love that words can just be turned into slang. So
Yeah.
Cabron, stop being so loud.
Something so loud.
Chicharra.
chicharra. Yeah, that's all you do. One guy's just all chicharra. That's all he says.
Enough
So you-
with the chicharra.
You guys have an album that's dropping, and you have the CD release next Saturday. Is that right?
Friday.
Friday.
This-
Friday the 24th, the day
Black
after
Friday.
Thanksgiving.
Black Friday at the. I had it
Chicharra Friday.
I had it all pulled up,
Hateful
and then I had to
Friday.
move it.
Hateful
so-
Friday. Sweaty Friday.
So where's it at?
Greasy Friday. Launchpad.
It's a long
Yeah.
Greasy Friday. Be there.
Greasy.
Be there.
Don't
Yeah,
forget
it's
your
at Launchpad.
Crisco.
We're really excited for this show. It's our second album, and it's really like we did it. We recorded it in 3 days, and one of our drummers is flying in from Florida to play with us.
Wow.
And yeah, he
You guys are-
lived.
you-
Just one of your drummers?
Yeah, just one of our drummers.
One of many.
Launchpad. You guys are playing with Lilith and Church Fire and Mirror Fears.
Yeah,
is
Church
that-
Fire and Mirror Fears, and Church Fire. They're good friends of us, and they're from Denver.
Oh.
So we're playing with them. Yeah, it's going to be an amazing show. So you guys should.
Now, do
totally
they
come.
start Church Fires though?
What do you think?
I don't know. I want to hope not, but you know, if they're black metal, they might. I don't know.
They're not black metal.
Oh, okay.
I think you can have
I've
fires
never
at
known
churches
them
though.
to,
Yeah.
But they might.
There's a first for everything, but I really don't think
They would
they.
only. There would have to be a super good reason to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there
Some
might be a
churches have
good-
fireplaces. I'm assuming. Right?
Like in
Have
the
you seen a
rectory.
fireplace in a
Chopping
church?
wood and just...
I'm
I
sure
don't
that-
know.
I'm sure
I've never
they
been
do.
in a
Like
church.
maybe in an adjoining
Oh,
building.
ever?
Yeah.
Really?
So, what was the theme
I'm all
behind this?
shocked by that. That's kind of great, actually.
What was the idea behind this record? Like, what were you guys thinking? Like, what was your ideas? Like, what did you want to do that you hadn't done before?
One of our favorite themes that we often revisit is the apocalypse.
Nice.
So
As he smiles.
there's always a creative draw there. It's rife with good material.
And I saw like one of your YouTube videos, and it did say from the apocalypse to something. I can't remember what it said. Like, here we go. I pulled it up. Because the album's called Let's Paint the Town in Craters. Is that right?
Mhm.
And it's all it's a journey from apocalypse to rebirth.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wait a minute, that's a wrong
not
direction.
just
Not in that order.
not just like normal death to rebirth, but apocalyptic death.
It's all Ragnarok.
That
Yeah.
seems like a better rebirth because you begin along with everyone else.
Yeah, like all your molecules get equidistantly
Yeah.
spread.
It's like
Everyone
good
else
family
is-
fun, you know.
Whee!
If anybody has any questions for the guys, we have our phones open, 505-715-6511. We will be taking all of your love questions for the next 30 minutes. Morrow said she will answer them all.
I will.
Morrow is the master of love. Is that correct?
I am the mistress of love. That's
Oh.
true.
Is that true?
I order lube at work, so I know good places to get lubrication jelly. If
What-
you're
what
in the
kind?
mood for lubrication jelly.
What's the lube on the streets now? What are the kids into?
I still like KY. It's still good.
Like I'm
Good
into a
slippery fun.
water-based mostly.
They have a lot of really good water-based lubricants, KY, and they have like that
Like for different
that
activities
warming
Oh,
sensation.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's an episode of Grace and Frankie that Lily Tomlin's character makes lubricant out of yams.
Oh,
And
I saw that one.
I really like it. I like that idea of, it's organic, it's gluten-free,
And you
it's not.
can eat it.
Yeah, and it's water soluble.
Oh,
That's
wow.
always good.
what do you work at that this happens?
Well, I work at C&M, so I work at the community college, but I am
Good to know.
The kids
yeah,
are needing
I'm a
lubricants. They ain't got any.
Everybody, it's funny because people are like, tee-hee, and I'm just like, you guys, it's better to order in bulk with all the lube because it gets really expensive.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the shelf life like?
That's true for everything.
Lasts a bit, but if they open it, it's just trash. It's just caca.
You gotta
So
use
don't
it all
waste
up in,
the
like, a
goddamn lube, people.
Can you refrigerate it? Is it like refrigerate after opening? Will
Like
it
a
let make it last
for a
later?
cooling sensation? I know that's what you make.
I feel like a bunch of kids will steal like a whole shitload so they can do the KY wrestling. I feel like that happens.
You
some.
know what? We've lost a bunch of lube and pregnancy tests in the past.
We're low
So-
on lube in the cafeteria.
I need to know if I'm pregnant, and I need the lube to find out.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, the job is really interesting, but wah, you know. That's how I'm going to end it. It's just going to be super weird there. But it is our album, to go back to our album,
Okay.
it is, we really like organic, apocalyptic things, and we notice we like writing songs about the weather. A lot of natural disasters occur a lot in our songwriting. So one of our latest video and the last of our trilogy that we're doing for this album is called Adobe, and it's about mudslides and that kind of thing. And
Mudslides and lube. No, I'm just kidding.
mudslides, lube, and horses. So yeah, it's a good time.
That's interesting. So why apocalypse? I mean, was there like did that just naturally happen? Was that something that just came about? Everybody's like, you know what? I'm feeling like the climate of the of the world right now feels very apocalyptic, or what happened there?
Well, I think we were probably all pretty dark children.
Yeah.
Welcome, dark children. Welcome to
We're
the
not even
cemetery.
indigo children. We're just like black.
Come forward.
We all
children.
subscribe to
Dark
Dark Child
children.
magazine.
We do. We love Dark
That would be
Child.
amazing. What was?
It's amazing. It's a good magazine.
What was that? Fangora. That was like the. That was like
Fangoria?
the dark. Yeah.
That was when I was a little kid. That was my favorite
Oh
magazine.
my god. I would go to the store and I kind of didn't want to look at it, but then I would look at it.
I loved it. My uncle
Yeah.
used to get it all the time, and I used to sneak it and read it.
Well, how else would you find out about the new horror flicks?
Yeah. Do they make them? Do they make that magazine still? I don't know.
Do they need to?
They used to, and I think they went online. I think they
Oh.
don't print anymore.
I was in the store earlier and I saw People magazine and I was like, how is that still a fucking thing? That's like the most
It's about people. That's
generic
why.
shit of all. And then like it's like Blake
Just
Shelton.
like In Touch and just like
Yeah.
all of those ones.
Blake
that's still
Shelton,
there.
sexiest man alive, and I'm just like, okay.
It's no Dark Children magazine.
is
I
huge.
prefer Humanoid Reptile magazine.
Yeah,
Well,
when
that's
is-
a
yeah.
good one.
I miss the Weekly World News. What's Batboy doing?
Oh
What's,
man,
where-
that was a
You
good
missed the
one.
tabloids with all the
Where's-
crazy
where-
fake news, but in print.
Wait, hold on.
Do you just not go to the supermarkets anymore? They're
Kidding,
still
I'm
there.
kidding, I'm
No,
kidding, I'm
National
kidding.
Enquirer is there, but
Weekly World
Yes.
Weekly
National
World
Enquirer.
News is not there.
Unfortunately not.
No, it's really good.
Batboy, I don't know what he's doing. He could be dead for all I know. And I didn't even hear about it. I didn't even hear about it. Bless you.
Bless you.
Like a
Does
Zunte.
the spirit compel you?
Maybe you should tell people that. You're like, this album is the apocalypse to the rebirth of Batboy. We wanted to bring him back. We wanted him,
Well,
Oh,
how
Bat
old
Boy.
is he now?
He's so.
First we lost Hugh, then we
Probably
lost,
died.
what's his name from AC/DC, and then
Oh
Batboy.
yeah, Malcolm Young died.
Malcolm Young, yeah. Somebody else did too, right? I heard somebody else died the same day yesterday.
I've been too happy to look at the
Everyone's
news.
waiting for Charles Manson to die.
Oh, Charles Manson, that's who was supposed to die, but he didn't.
Yeah, he's still. I don't know. There's no.
He's kind of like Rasputin.
Yeah.
He can't die.
What is with everybody? They're just like, oh, that guy's dead. Put it on the news. And they're like, he's not dead yet.
Oh, what happened to Tom Petty?
Yeah, that's now
that
happened.
was fucking weird.
That happened to Charles Manson yesterday because I was like, "Is your Charles Manson died?" And Billy goes, "Nope, he's still hanging on." And I went, "Oh, goddamn news!"
I didn't know. So they announced Tom Petty's death, and then he wasn't really dead.
No.
Oh.
His daughter, Rolling Stone, did, and then his daughter tweeted. She goes, "My dad's not dead yet, unlike your fucking shit magazine."
Oh.
She tweeted that. I was like, "Wow."
I would say that too.
Right?
Good for her.
Yeah.
That
If you're gonna
pissed me
post
off.
this about my dad, then hell
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna say this about your freaking magazine.
Yeah. So
And
that
then
was.
But then he did finally.
Then he did that. Yeah.
Damn it!
It's
Yeah.
cold in here.
I was hoping.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have to have the because we can probably shut the door. We just got to move
That's
the
all
camera.
That's
So-
not going to happen.
I kind of
Close-
like the cold and the breeze. 'cause
Just
then I
crack
have-
it.
Then I
Yeah.
kind of look like I'm this entity without a
We
body.
should, as
Are you
guests, we
freezing?
should both just act really like.
So
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna
Chicharra's
jacket
album
too
is
over
based
here.
on
There you go.
shivering
See, that's
all
how you
night.
keep. Here. There, Henry.
yeah.
Take my jacket.
So I mean, so you guys' show is on Black Friday, so everyone's going to be up at like 4 in the morning
Shiver
shopping.
me timbers. You know what? You people out there, you're going to stay up all night. You should just do a 24-hour thing and come down to our show. You're going to be punch drunk or maybe
Yeah.
drunk too. And there's a safe, warm space for you to, vibrate with a bunch of people. That's
Yeah.
amazing. So you should come.
Launchpad Friday night, November 24th, 8 p.m. to 11:55. I like that it stops at 11:55.
Wait a second. It says 11:55.
It does. It does. So you guys better stop at 11:55.
We're gonna stop at 11:53,
no
and we're gonna
chance.
start at 7:52.
If it's 11:56,
I'm gonna throw. We're gonna start at the sound of corduroy, and then we're gonna end at a burlap sack.
nice.
That's exactly it, right? We
That's the way it
agreed.
usually goes.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna play in the middle, or are you guys gonna do the headliner?
I don't know.
Is that what you decided the day of? Is that
You should come and see when we're gonna play.
We're
I'm
gonna
not
open
gonna give it away
and
to you.
We're gonna be the headline.
We're gonna open.
You guys play like that
We're gonna be
that
in the
game where
middle.
like whoever throws the quarter closest to the wall.
yeah? Because it does say the order on the thing, so I just wanted.
What does it say?
No, I'm just kidding.
No, you said it says the order. What does it say?
It just says the different bands.
What?
It doesn't say the different order. It just
Order
kind
to
of,
be
it's funny
determined
because
by
Lilith,
flyer.
doom-laced romanticism on the mesas. Then it says church fire. If all the dead roses in town flashed white with electricity. And it says mirror fears.
That's good.
Casey Pollard is a fan.
Yes.
Okay.
It's really good. That should.
Yeah.
That's the set order.
Nice.
Sure.
I like Lilith. They're from Farmington, and like
They're awesome.
they're the way
They're
it's
so good.
spelled with the L and with the little slash through it. That's a Navajo thing. So it's if we were to pronounce it the way it's spelled phonetically, it's spelled Lilith.
That's cool.
Yes. Yes.
That's how.
Oh wait, does it have the
See-
slash L on both of them?
No, it's just the middle one.
Oh,
Are you a linguist?
Lilith.
That's how you say that. You don't say the. It's on the first L,
No,
The
or it's
slash
on the
L.
second.
on the second L, it has a little slash in it. So
Lilish. I'm butchering it.
The slash L is a noise.
Wow.
Little.
So are you guys thinking about touring with this record, or is this just going to be like you're going to release it and then the record is going to be the tour, kind of like the
We're planning on doing festivals and going on tour next year in 2018.
so like
We're deciding this now.
Austin City Limits.
Yeah,
Bonnaroo.
ACL, Bonnaroo. There's what is that? Is it Fiddler's Green?
I don't. There's so
And-
fucking many now. I have no idea.
And merry old England. I've always wanted to play there.
Yeah. Do they have one at Castle Donington? I assume.
It's cotton and polyester on this side.
That's interesting.
I don't know.
So I don't know.
I would play Castle Byers.
I would.
That's
Play.
Did anybody get my reference that I just said?
No.
Come on, Stranger Things people. Castle
Oh,
Byers.
yeah.
Okay. Wah, wah. That just crashed
I'm gonna
and
switch the
burned.
camera to her. Will you move that door so you can shut the door if you
That's
want? No, you'll have to probably get up to it.
I got warmed
So
up.
you'll have to move that leg out of the way. But so like the big thing for us this last week is we've been watching this show on Cinemax by Mike Judge called Tales from the Tour Bus.
Oh, I've heard of
Have
it.
you have heard of this? Have you heard of this, Phil?
I haven't heard of it.
So Mike Judge kind of like let me see if we got this back. He
oh, that's gonna be freaking.
I don't know if it's back or not. Let's see.
Self-conscious.
Actually, it's pretty good. Actually, that was pretty good.
Is it really?
So, what they did is they each episode is about a different country star from the '70s, and they like talk to their roadies, they talk to their wives, their hairdressers, everything, and they tell stories about them, and then they animated the stories, and they were fucked up people.
Yeah.
Like the first 6 episodes, they all shoot somebody. Oh yeah, like not killed. No one got killed that I know of. But like Johnny Paycheck shot a guy in the head. Jerry Lee Lewis shot a guy his bass player shot him in the shoulder, then fired him because he couldn't play bass.
Whoa.
I had to cook up some contrivance for firing you.
Yeah.
And
No,
I
they were
thought
like
this was the
they even
most-
said they're like, "You really gonna fire him?" He's like, "Well, I got a tour coming up and he can't play the bass."
What a
and he
joke.
kicked him out of his house because he was bleeding all over his white carpet. I was like, "Holy shit!" So, do you guys have any good tour stories at all?
Well, our van broke down last year when we were. Was it last year when we were on tour? When we were doing our California tour
Yeah.
with our first album?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was funny because we broke down at a gas station. I think we were in Davis, and Marissa got us ice creams. Do you know? Because it's summertime, we were all happy with our ice creams, and the car wouldn't start, and
Oh,
they just were
no.
melting, and we were all like,
Aww.
so slowly. Like all our dreams and hopes were shattered, and the ice cream is metaphorical for everything melting away. And there was a moment there where we thought we have to come back home.
Tour's over.
Tour's over. But
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
But Henry saved the day.
Or I guess the two scenarios were either tour's over, or the person who we were renting the van from, who was a personal friend, was just going to have to pony up.
He was going to give us his rent money to
Oh,
pay
really?
for the van repair.
How shitty do you
Which-
feel then, though? You're like, going to
Yeah,
get the
not
rent
a
money?
great eventuality.
No, we felt terrible. We were like, it's like game over, man. We were just like, what the fuck do we do?
Yeah,
And
we thought it was
so
over.
we called different mechanic shops.
Yeah.
And Henry found this one guy who was like, I'll see if we can fix.
Basically, every mechanic in town said, like, oh, yeah, we can totally fix you up in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It
Maybe
would
we
take-
can
it would
squeeze
take
you
2
in.
weeks.
Maybe we
Yeah,
can squeeze you
like,
in a
we can-
week.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, the best prognosis was a week out.
Yeah,
And we were
yeah.
like, well, we're screwed. And so,
yeah, we're like, that's not going to work.
and this one guy, the woman who answered the phone, just had this like tiny shred of sympathy in her voice when I told her the story, and so I was working on her really hard, and I said, just ask your guys if there's any way they could squeeze this in any sooner.
You guys didn't do the, do you know who we are? You don't know who we are?
That doesn't normally
We're
work.
Chicharra. We're Chicharra. We played a quiet show called Chicharra. That's what I say.
Did you play for the mechanics? Maybe that would have helped them.
Well, we never actually laid eyes on the mechanic because just judging by his secretary's voice, I was like, these people they're nice people. They're very sympathetic, and so I got her finally to put him on the phone, and he was like, it's very unlikely that I feel really bad for you guys, and we've had people in this situation before that we've tried to bump ahead, but I'm so busy it's probably not going to happen. And then I said, well, maybe you could just, I'll just give you the VIN number of the van, and you can just see like how much it would cost and how much time it would take to get here, the part. And he said,
Oh,
okay,
wow.
I'll call you right back.
was it so they needed to order a part? Is that what was going on?
Yeah. And we actually broke down like a block away from the dealership, but they wanted like almost $1,000.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
they're
of
like
course.
laughing
Yeah.
at you like.
Yeah. And so we had ourselves towed like a couple blocks to the delership, and they were like, oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
bring
Oh,
these
boy.
guys out.
They were
Guys,
salivating.
We don't have to close down after all, boys.
And so, long story short, this guy calls back in like 3 or 4 minutes, and he's like, I've got some good news for you. It turns out that all you have to do is get your rig towed to a dealership,
Oh, wow.
because this part is on recall. And I'm like, oh, really? Like, the mechanics at the dealership don't seem to have the same computer information
That's
as you guys.
interesting.
It was under,
Yeah.
it was recalled,
I
and
thought
we
they were
were
gonna be
like,
all you gotta do is give old Larry a hand job back here, and you get this part fixed real quick.
All you guys have to do is massage my body with
I've got
aromatic oil.
I have exotic oils,
You guys use a bath bomb.
lax salts. Yeah.
the cheese grater on my corns.
Yeah. Oh god.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine us reacting to that?
Huh.
That would be like we're telling on accident our like future rural breakdown
Oh,
story.
gosh.
But this is just in Davis, California.
Yeah, this is the Davis. They're not. They're pretty urban. I would
They're all,
say.
huh. Well,
No, we were so thrilled. Oh my god.
Yeah, I informed the mechanic at the dealership that actually the part's on recall. So what can you guys do for us? And he was like, "Oh, no way, no."
and he looked it up,
And then he looked up.
Shit.
Oh, and he went,
Interesting.
yeah, I guess. Whoa, yeah.
That's interesting. You're good.
I upset the ghost in your house.
You're gonna get.
Shish-
I'm gonna
Shara
drink some more. Okay.
Shishara sounds like the backing band for like Gem or something.
Yeah.
Gem
Oh.
and Shishara.
So Billy and I, like, you know how you have those.
It's a
I
70s band.
forgot about this. So Billy and I, we have an Uber or a Lyft story kind of that I just thought of because you were telling about the backwoods and then you were talking about California. So we're getting a lift from our friend's house after a night of just crazy drinking. So we're absolutely hungover. I'm sure we just reeked. And the guy picks us up. It's like 11 o'clock on Friday. And we don't talk for like, I don't know, 8 minutes probably. So it's just quiet for like 8 minutes. Finally, the guy's like, what kind of day you guys got going? And we're both like, I'm going to go lay down and, hang over. And Billy's like, I got to go to work. Well, then we start talking to the guy, and he starts telling us how he's from Bakersfield, California.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like a big country music scene. So I start bringing that up. He proceeds to tell us the story of his life where he's walked the streets of Bakersfield, and he told Dwight Yoakam that, and then how he beat lots of people up, and then he was showing us his knuckles. He's like, that's how you get knuckles like this, and his hands are all fucked up.
Oh,
And then
God.
he told us about how he started drinking at the age of, 10 or 12 or something?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a
And
sad story.
his brother handed him a bottle of Evan Williams, and he chugged half of it.
The legend.
And,
Kids are amazing.
It was one of those things where I couldn't wait to
legend.
get to our house because I was so sick of it. I was like, this guy's either full of shit or I'm sad this person is in our town.
Kids can do anything.
Ugh. Do you remember? I don't even remember the rest of his stories, but
I kind of tuned him out.
It was probably more super sad.
he's like, yeah,
tales
man,
of-
he's all I've done every drug known to man. One of those stories. He was like a Merle Haggard song. Like he was that. So that just made me think of that. And I was just like, man, interesting. Lift stories.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We got a lift, me and Monica,
Yeah.
when we found out that it was under warranty, because we were going to go to another dealership, and I got a lift from this lady who was a backup singer for this band for a long time, and she was telling us her stories about playing at hotels and like lounges, and she's like, do you girls do that? Do you dress up? Because I remember all our routines and all my
All my big
dresses,
hair.
and we were like, whoa, this was your life.
She was like a torch song singer.
She was a Torch backup singer, and I
Used a
just
can of hairspray. She's all,
it's cool though, because that's like when you meet people who play music too, and they just have weird, like, different lives than you, but
yeah.
they still love music, and you're like, wow, there's your life just.
I still remember my routines.
I still remember
No,
these.
she did. She was telling us like all the songs that she did, and it was neat. It was because I never would have met somebody like that.
Yeah. That's cool. I mean, I
It was
quite like
Lift
the idea.
Confessions.
Lift
And it
Confessions.
was Lift Confessions.
When is
but
that show going to come out? I mean, there's going to be that. That's going to happen, right?
I just heard horror stories about Lyft and Uber, and I've had okay experiences, but people have told me crazy shit here.
Really? I haven't. See, that was the craziest story we've had. Like, that guy was just telling us, like, he was just sitting there, like, it would have been, if I was filming this, people would have been like, wow, that was fucking crazy. It was a little intense. So he was just talking about, like, beating people and then, like, having to hide out because he might have thought they were dead and shit. I was
Oh,
like, oh, what the
God.
fuck? Okay. Can we pull over? Get out of the car?
But that's like any story you'd hear at a biker bar.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
What are you hanging out in biker bars?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing. I'm just
Oh.
saying you could hear that anywhere.
Well, so that
It's not unique.
So that Tales from the tour bus,
From the grocery
every
store.
every episode had the same 4 things in it: cocaine, amphetamines, someone getting shot, and the Hell's Angels.
Yeah.
Every single one of those was in almost
man.
every single episode, and they would just be like, "Yeah, my lawyer was this guy, and he was the lawyer for the Hell's Angels." And you're like, "What the fuck? How do you get the lawyer for the Hell's Angels to be your lawyer?" You know?
Yeah, those
he
stories
probably
are-
volunteers.
Yeah, probably.
What's your name? Merle Haggett?
I have a
Come here.
Lyft story that has coke in it, or I guess the role of coke is assumed, but the
Yeah.
way this guy was driving,
Oh, he was on coke.
yeah, he was like
Oh,
really insistent on like talking about politics, and we kind of
I think we had this guy.
we had similar political views, but he would be driving and he'd get really worked up about what we were talking about, and he would pull a dad, and he'd rest his arm on the back
While
of
he
the
was
seat, and he'd
driving
just be,
to- oh my
like,
God.
yelling back at us
Oh,
like,
great.
"Yeah, it's blah 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 blah, gun rights, blah blah blah, those
Yeah.
people blah," and he wouldn't be looking at the road at all, and we'd be like,
Veering off the road.
Oh, okay, we didn't
would
have
be
this guy.
slowly drifting back
You're
and
all, can
forth,
I drive
and
your
we'd be
car?
like, yeah. People shouldn't be able to get him so easily. Those guns, yeah.
Oh, see, then we didn't have the same guy. Our guy was
Coked out.
We were going to the airport to fly to Washington State. So we get up. It's like a Saturday morning or whenever we're flying out, and this guy picks us up at like 11 a.m. and he's like, "Yeah, man, haven't been to bed yet." And we're like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, I started picking people up at the bars, and I told myself I was going to go until I could get home." And he's like, "If I'm driving home and someone hits that button, I'm going to go." And we're like, "And you've been going how long?" He goes, "I started last night." He's like, I was taking people home. I've picked them up this morning to take them back to their car." And we're just like, uh-huh.
So he's playing it like Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, yeah.
Once I get close to my garage, that's when I'm going to quit.
Yeah. And he seemed very, very coked out. And he's like, "Man, this is like pre-election." He's like, "I hope that Donald Trump wins, man." He's like, "He's such a good businessman." I'm just like, oh, my God.
You're like, are you on coke or are you insane? Which one is it? Is it
So I
both?
thought maybe it was the same dude. Because
I mean,
Billy and I are just like, we're going to die in this car on the way to the fucking airport.
You're like, could have been.
I'm thinking now that it might be because, like, this guy seemed like the kind of guy that he would just, a real like, pitiful coke head would kind of, like, mold his views, perhaps, to have an amiable ride with his clients, I feel like.
Yeah.
Did he brag about not going to bed? Is there some kind of correlation between these two stories?
You could just, I mean, when someone's like, you're like, wow, you're lit up on some shit, bro.
Yeah, he was very talkative.
What's happening here, man?
Which makes me think, like, of course we have Lyft and Uber here, but is there an interview process you go through?
I don't know.
Before getting a job with them?
As
I
far
I
as
don't think so.
know.
I think as long as you have, like, they can prove that your car is worthy enough to drive for them.
So Uber does.
You're
Uber has a
okay.
thing where they come out and they'll check out your car. So if you ride in an Uber, they always seem to have nicer cars. Lyft, I don't think they give a shit because I've gotten in some Lyft cars and they had like duct tape some shit up and.
No,
Yeah, they're supposed to inspect your
all-
cars. Your car's supposed to be like a certain age
all the people I
to
know
drive.
that have been, all the people I know that drive Lyft said they had to go through interviews.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I'm sure you have to go through
I'm
a
sure-
minor one.
yeah,
Like,
if
you
I-
can't just like think I'm going to start driving for Uber
Tales
or
from the
Lyft.
Lyft.
I'm sure if I interviewed somebody for, like, say I was a Lyft higher up, I'd be like, this guy's he looks like he's coked out.
I think we gave him a low score, so we never got him again. We were scared. He scared the fuck out of me. I was like, man, I'm afraid of dying on the plane crash. I'm not afraid of dying on the way to the fucking airport, man.
But statistically speaking, it's
You
more
are,
likely.
yeah, more of a chance, right? Especially here. People drive like shit. I used to defend Albuquerque. I'd be like, people don't drive like shit. Finally, one day, I was like, you know what? I'm fucking dumb. What am I doing? When you're like at an intersection and you see someone cut across a gas station because they're fucking pissed, or the median.
That's a game I play actually on a daily basis. How many people are going to just cut across all the lanes? And usually it's about 3 times a day.
Yeah. Oh, today I'm driving down Lead and a guy is heading at me, and I'm like, So I'm like looking to see if I can get over, and he's like looking at me like, what the fuck, bro? And then all of a sudden I pull over and I'm stopped, and he like pulls off, and then he realizes that everyone is coming at him the same direction in both lanes, and I'm just like, and you're like,
You're like, am I wrong here?
yeah,
No.
wait, yeah.
It's weird when people do that when there's situations where they're just so, like, they're so convinced that they're right that you're like, no, I know I'm right, but what's going to happen? It feels very, like, ugh,
Yeah.
dicey, like, ooh.
Some of them will even fire a gun out the window.
Yeah, they'll fire again at the
What
window.
were you guys saying about that? Someone was firing a gun?
Yeah, so we were on our way here, and we got we exited the freeway onto Mountain,
Oh, here.
Yeah, we were just over here. This was
Yeah.
like 2 minutes before we came to you guys.
And this guy exited with us, and we were approaching a red light, and he seemed perturbed that I stopped at it before turning right instead of just like sailing through
Right.
at speed.
Oh,
Because after I turned, he was maybe like, I couldn't even see him anymore because I couldn't see his headlights because he was so close to my bumper. I just, like, his little sporty car like disappeared behind my car, and I was really weirded out, and so I just kind of like started. I didn't hit the brakes because he definitely would have like hit me, but I just kind of like started slowing down gradually, and he zoomed past me, and then I started going again, following him, but then he slowed down, and the passenger.
So you guys were flirting with each other.
The passenger whipped a gun
Oh, cool.
out of the back, or no, it was the passenger seat,
Right.
Yeah.
and just like wow, like kind of like
Nice.
up in the air, but kind of like semi pointed back towards me, and so then I just stopped right in the middle of the road for until they were like very far ahead.
Yeah, I just noticed that Henry wasn't behind me. I was like, where did he go? And then when we got here, he was like, oh my God, you won't believe what just happened to me. And I was like, oh my God. I heard the gunshot, and I thought it was like a backfire. I thought it was your car, Henry, and it was like, oh God, Albuquerque, you have done it again.
Yeah, I wish I had superhuman vision and could have gotten his license plate and just announced it on this program right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listeners, if you see this little,
If you've seen a man around Albuquerque firing a weapon,
Yeah.
seen like
Approach
a little,
him.
Get the hell away from
Reprimand
him.
him.
He's gonna fire
that
you.
happened.
I will give you free eggs.
That happened Thursday night. We were downtown, and someone just shot a semi-automatic. It was semi-automatic. It was pop, 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 pop. Like about 5-6 shots.
Where I don't remember
Where
this.
at?
You don't?
No.
And then someone goes, "Did you hear that?" And I go, "Yeah."
Where was? Wait,
Yeah, I guess
Where
it
was
wasn't
this?
that like.
I'm alive right now, so didn't hit me.
I don't remember that.
it was just outside.
We were down. Where were we? No, this was last. When was this? Maybe it was last night. Shit, it was. We were downtown and we heard fucking 5 or 6 shots. We were outside and everybody was like, "Holy shit, you hear that?" And I go, "Yeah, Albuquerque."
Yeah, I know.
Although there was one out here, like outside our house, and Chris had his pistol ready.
Well, that next door. When it's next door to you, that's different. But whenever I'm downtown, I mean, I don't live down there. That's not, I'm not defending my hood at that point. When you're next door and it's midnight and someone's blasting off
Yeah, I've never seen. I've heard, like, I used to live in this kind of shady neighborhood in the South Valley, and I heard
Oh yeah.
gunfire pretty close, like often.
Was it New Year's Eve or 4th of July?
Oh yeah,
Right.
both. But yeah, I've never seen like I saw the gun in this dude's hand, and I started hitting the brakes, and then I just saw this like muzzle flash, and I was just
Oh,
like,
God.
holy shit.
And when I said that, I wasn't condescending that he was listening to fireworks. People here on the 4th of July and on New Year's Eve fire weapons into the air so much that the news has to tell people not to do it.
It's
Yeah.
not,
Which makes them do it even more.
It is not unlike the scene from the Three Amigos.
Yeah.
For no reason, they just shoot guns in the air. Yay! I'm happy. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, good news, guys. New Year's Eve this year is on a Sunday, so everyone's got to be home by midnight.
Oh, yeah?
So there's going to be a countdown, but you have to be out of the bar by like
Out of the
11.
Hilarious.
11:50.
That's hilarious.
No shit.
That really,
Honestly.
really does
No
suck.
shit. I never thought of
Because
that.
no
Good.
one gets
I
New
know.
Year's Day off.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
be
do. I do.
sleeping through this.
What? It's a
Oh
holiday.
wait, no, yeah, New Year's Day, yes.
Your
So that's a Monday. So
Ooh.
so Sundays,
back at work
since
at
it's
So you're
the
just gonna have a bunch
Sunday,
of crazy people
like a
wandering the
rehab
streets.
day.
nobody.
Right?
It's National Hangover Day.
You know what's going to happen though? So everybody's gonna go to parties.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Instead.
Downtown's gonna be
That's
dead.
all it is.
They're going to be wandering the streets.
Well,
Crazed New Mexicans drunk wandering the streets.
you know how we all hang out on holidays downtown because that's the best time to go there, right?
That's as a person
Because the
from
seasoned
downtown,
drinkers is like, as my
You
coworkers
go-
like
you
to
go
say.
The
on
day
the
after
holidays.
Thanksgiving will be popping. So we're gonna have a turkey hangover. You should come hang
Yeah.
out with
That's
us.
just the thing. Like I never knew that. Was it Thanksgiving? Or is it the day before
The
Thanksgiving?
day before
Is the
Thanksgiving
biggest bar day
is
of the
the
year.
biggest bar day
Ah.
Yeah.
because everybody's in town. Everybody.
And what do you just hang with your family the whole time?
I met with he used to play for the UNM basketball, Daniel Ferris. I ran into him at a bar before Thanksgiving. Like
Yeah?
that's like
Was he popping off shots at people?
no, he was not popping up shots. But like those, like you'll run into those, like you'll run into people who haven't been in the town in town
Yeah.
for like years.
I haven't stabbed. Haven't
But you'll
stabbed
be at
in
this
a while.
like the neighborhood bar, or you'll be somewhere like at a certain bar, and
Yeah.
you'll just run into all these old people.
Do they
'Cause
make special
everybody goes.
drinks for like the day before Thanksgiving, like the gobbler,
They put a little
cranberry
they put a little-
People
schnapper?
might, but I don't think
Pureed
they're, like,
turkey and cranberry
yeah.
sauce.
You know, like
Stuff in your muffin
fucking.
stuff.
I love I love Sky. I love fucking
I don't know if
Tractor,
that one's
but they have the worst
necessarily
name.
holiday based.
Oh, that
For
turkey
beer.
drool.
What, you don't like the
Turkey
turkey
I
drool?
will make it
I,
holiday
I,
based.
it's fine, but the name of the beer it just sounds gross.
What
Turkey
beer?
drool.
Turkey
Well,
drool.
oh yeah, I've heard
Tractor
of
has
that.
a beer called Turkey Drool.
It's like a saliva.
never s-
Like,
It's so
I've never seen a turkey drool. Do they?
Would you like the
No.
taste of it?
What about Henry? Do turkeys drool?
Yeah, it's nice and vanilla.
It's possible. I don't know that much about turkey physiognomy,
Yeah.
but
Not physiognomy.
physiognomy.
Oh, I thought you just said pho. Like I love pho.
I love
You can't judge their personality
Physiognomy.
by the shape of their head.
physiognomy.
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 Okay.
And physiognomy.
Yes, physiognomy.
Now I'm
Honestly,
know,
don't know where they
I've-
got it from, but
I didn't know
I'll
what it
read
meant,
some
so I'd be
more
like,
that
"Yo,
I can really
wow."
pronounce it. No, I'm wondering too, because I mean, Henry he's helped save bees.
I've noticed
that
that
are in the city
their
of
mouths are
Lisbon.
damp.
You've saved bees.
All the times I've touched a turkey's
Jim,
mouth.
I've been chased by turkeys, so I
Oh.
don't try to
Wait,
get
she
near
said you-
them.
she
I
said you
slaughtered my own
saved-
turkey one year. So
Really? How was
yeah.
that?
Oh, it was heartbreaking.
Seems really hard.
I mean,
They
what-
should be the national bird, just like old
Right.
what's his name said.
Ben Franklin.
Yeah.
So what was it? Your actual pet turkey or just like a turkey?
It was a friend's turkey
Was
that
it
he had
named
raised as
Cornwallis?
a pet, and
Oh.
I think no, actually, so he raised it with the intention to slaughter it,
Yeah.
and then he became very attached to it. But then he also had to get rid of it.
He's like,
because-
Henry.
So
you
he
gotta
made you do it?
You gotta
Well,
do
no,
it, bro.
no. What happened was he recused himself from the whole affair. He didn't want to eat it. He didn't want to kill it.
Oh.
And so
You're all, I'll do
So,
it.
friend.
yeah, so he said, "Yeah, I'm just
Smiley's
looking for
like,
a home
"You can."
for it." And I said, "Well, I'll take it, but I'm
How about in my
definitely going to eat it."
You're like, I have an oven it can live in
Yeah.
for a few
he's like, I'll
hours.
take it,
Ah.
but it's gonna be dead.
And a good friend of mine taught me the very most humane and peaceful way to kill it. And then I plucked it and
What was the
Cooked it.
most humane way to kill it?
Give it OD.
You distract it, don't you?
What,
Tell me
what
you
I did
distract it.
was, so I snatched it out of its little crate, and I held it upside down, and I kind of like stroked its belly for a long time.
Aw.
And when poultry are upside down, they get really drowsy, and I just kind of stroked it for a long time until it got very drowsy and seemed like almost asleep, like
Yeah.
non-responsive. And then I tied its legs to a rope, and then the rope I hung on a nail,
Okay.
and then I just kind of like psyched myself up, and I took out a sharp knife and I just nicked its carotid arteries.
Wow.
Tick tick, and the knife was so sharp, like it didn't even, it hardly
Wow.
felt a prick. And then, like after I cut it, its eyes opened
It's like, whoa,
for a minute,
motherfucker.
and then it like looked around, and then it just like kind of closed its eyes again, and then that was it.
It's like,
Wow.
And,
you
it,
son
and
of a
it,
bitch.
it lost
That's a-
consciousness.
Really crazy story.
Yeah, it lost consciousness, and then after that, it had its death throes. So they shake around and kick, and
Run
lots
around.
of feathers come out
Yeah.
and stuff. But yeah, it was unconscious at that point. If
Wow.
you just like wring a bird's neck or something, they're
Yeah.
kind of like alive, and
No, it's crazy.
their head is
It
along for
strains
the
out
ride.
the meat
You know?
and everything.
I'm gonna clip this and say, here, play this for your children and tell them this is where their turkey came from.
Well,
I
I
know
mean, there's
everything.
like a-
It's really calm the way you said it. April.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Did you?
As opposed to like winging the bird
Yeah.
around and like breaking its
I do
neck
think
by
that's more
twisting it.
humane.
Who does that?
That people do
I
that. They'll
know
go
a
out
lot
and grab
of
the chicken or the turkey, grab by the neck, and just spin it and snap its neck.
Yeah.
Do
That
they
seems
never live on a
horrible.
farm?
Which
Yeah,
They're,
you
they're literally hooks with buckets underneath it,
Yeah.
and you hang them up upside down, and you just take a meat cleaver to it,
Yeah.
and then
Smiley's
they drain into the bucket.
our
That's what-
resident killing
Yeah.
expert.
I had a great grandmother used to kill chickens all the time. I've never killed any
And you have to
poultry
have
or
them-
anything.
Never killed any poultry either. I grew up on a farm as well.
I only,
You never did
I
it?
only,
No.
I do it like once every couple of years. I kill something to remind myself what it's like.
Just to feel alive.
Well,
No, I think
just
it's good to
because
know.
I feel like if I'm going to eat meat, I
Yeah.
should
should know where it
take
comes-
something.
He's
Yeah.
all, I
back.
kill a turkey, a chicken, a
Yeah, and,
drifter.
and the
Well-
turkey was really impressive and cool, and so I did feel
Yeah.
really bad afterwards.
But you were respectful about it.
Yeah.
You weren't just like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
like if
'cause
you've
I
never
can.
seen
I'll
a
fucking kill
turkey
you.
super close up, their
You
whole
wrote it.
head is like they're like jeweled.
They're
Yeah.
alien looking.
They've got
They're
like these
amazing.
amazing vivid colors and
Yeah, and their
scales.
plumes. I just love the way their feathers
Yeah,
are.
fluorescent
They're really
green
impressive. They're
feathers.
just-
Yeah, it's
If I
amazing.
was gonna make an alien creature, I always thought I would totally model a turkey's face because it's so like it is like Cthulhu like, and
Yeah.
there's a reason why there's a correlation.
They're all
between-
warty, but it's like the most
They are all
beautiful,
warty.
beautiful.
Yeah, skin texture's so bizarre to me. It's
And then they have
crazy.
that
Colorful
weird
warts.
little thing that hangs down.
Yeah.
Waddle.
Waddle. Yeah.
the waddle.
It's like,
Mhm.
what's on your face, bro?
Imagine having that there. You know,
I like it.
I was
I like it too.
I do. That's why I wear the beard, so it covers it. See.
As a child,
Yeah,
I was
wow.
given plenty of opportunities because, like, sheep is a big thing and butchering it is like a big thing. But
They have competitions.
I could never do it.
You
And
have competitions.
and it was always my cousins, like younger than me, like they would just do it. And I was like, I just couldn't do it. It's weird in a way, but now I don't know if I would be different if I actually did do it. You're right. I would probably have more respect for what I.
Part of
Or
Miss Navajo Nations is butchering a sheep.
Really?
Yeah. Mhm.
They're like
In
I
a
want
dress.
world peace and
In
I
a
can
dress.
slaughter
In a
sheep
dress.
3.6
In a dress.
in a dress. Now I gotta see that.
It's a big thing.
See,
Yeah.
I don't care about beauty pageants, but if they're slaughtering animals, I
In a
might
dress.
watch. I might watch that shit.
It's
My-
amazing.
My friend,
Husbandry is good.
my friend who taught me, he does it he raises all his meat birds every year. Like I think he's arrived at like 54 birds that he processes, and he raises them up from chicks. And so he does it with enough frequency that that he's kind of used to it. But I do it infrequently enough that every time I cut the first carotid artery, and I'm
Man.
like, oh my god, why did I do that?
I wouldn't even
well,
know-
It's too late now.
I wouldn't even know what to do. I'd be
Yeah,
like,
do
I
the
cut the
other
wrong
one.
shit, and the bird would be like, "You motherfucker!
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut your
He
face."
just like opened his eyes, like touche.
Yeah.
Can't you just put like a little blindfold around him first?
Yeah.
Don't open your eyes, buddy.
Your couch is crazy over here.
right.
If I never return again,
I would give
I'm
him like a
done in the couch.
badass last meal. Just like here's some fucking Choco tacos, and
For the
Well, you're gonna
turkey?
For the
eat him
turkey.
It's probably
afterwards,
gonna
right?
kill a turkey if you give it some sugar and more sugar.
He's like gilded by diabetes.
Henry. Where it's like Billy, why I don't like
As
choco
the most
tacos.
humane way possible was just to give him diabetes and just feed him some Choco tacos at the
We
end.
told him about
Is
how
that
his
your
son
last meal?
had
You love
disappointed him by
choco
becoming
tacos?
a
They're pretty good.
by becoming a dancer instead of a lawyer. And he died of heartbreak. Slow, hard death.
Henry, I have a weird question to ask you.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I'm gonna ask you on air. What animal would you be? Since we're talking about animals.
Well, I think the animal that I most identify with is a skunk.
Whoa.
But I don't know if that's what I would choose.
Not because of the smell, right?
Well, I do have. I
Do
mean,
you
I don't
spray?
have any scent glands,
No.
but
But
I
he has
am.
a- has
I'm a
a
smelly
musk.
kind of a guy.
People know when you're around. They're like,
Yeah.
Henry's here.
But I'm a weird guy. I kind of have grown to like the smell of skunks. But
Have you ever been up close when they blast an animal or something?
no, but I've been up close to a skunk. Like I've
Yeah.
come upon one and surprised it.
Oh.
And it did that. Like they stand on their
Yeah.
like
Front
they do
legs.
like a
Forepaws?
yeah, like a
Yeah.
crazy little acrobatic stunt, and they
Yeah.
point their ass at you, and they're like,
I'm
ready
gonna
to go.
fuck you up. Yeah.
There was some
What-
skunks.
One chased me by Marble. And someone's, you ran? I was like, fucking A, I ran. What would you do?
Yeah, I've been chased by a skunk.
They
by,
are
low
they can be
spirits.
vicious. They're in the weasel family, so
Yeah.
so they're really good predators and stuff. But I guess if I
Okay.
had a choice, So I basically am a human skunk hybrid, but
Yeah.
if I could choose,
You're a hammock.
let's see.
I think a skunk is an interesting choice. I never would have thought that would be where you would go with that.
Yeah, I've thought about it a lot recently.
Really? Like
Yeah,
someone's like sitting around just like, what animal am I?
Well, yeah, and I was talking about how skunks were living under my last rental
Okay.
house, and so I got to know them pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh. Did they get used to you or they wouldn't spray you or?
They didn't. They never sprayed anyone, or they
Yeah.
would just kind of casually walk away in the opposite direction most of the time. But the young ones would kind of investigate you sometimes, and it'd be really scary.
Yeah. Billy lets him in the yard.
I was feeding him. I was like,
Here you go.
Why the hell would you do that?
You were
Right.
feeding,
Yeah,
what were you
I
feeding
just-
No,
this
and
skunk?
the skunk was in the yard, and he was a baby one, and I was like, oh, he didn't seem like he didn't mind that I was there, and I was like, I'm gonna see if he just comes back, if I can get. Well, I was trying to Snapchat him, and then I was like, well, let me get some food over so I can get a better picture of him or a better video, and then he just went away.
My neighbor, when I lived in Old Town about 5 years ago, my neighbor was a cat lady. Like she had like 13 or 14 cats.
Yeah.
And the skunks would come up from the river and play with the cats. Well, I kind of knew this. Well, they kept hitting my dog. My dog was a little yappy miniature wiener dog, and of course she was going to kick their ass. And then the first time it happened, I thought something had fucking shot her or somebody. She was ran in the house, ran in the bathroom, hid behind the toilet.
Oh, did they spray her?
Oh yeah. That's why I was
You
like,
could
have you ever?
smell
Because
it.
that was. See, I grew up on a farm, and I've been around dogs that have been hit with a skunk, but I'd never been around a dog who had just been hit by a skunk, and the smell is different. Like
Yeah,
you know,
it's-
when
Oh,
you
yeah.
smell them, when you
Very-
smell them far away,
I actually kind of like the smell
chemical
when it's
weapons.
far away.
Yeah.
when you smell them far away, they smell like they skunk weed, like dirty,
Yeah, yeah.
shitty pot. You know, but
Or
when
like
you're up
Heineken.
close, it has kind of like it puts a taste in your mouth, and it kind of burns your
Probably super
nose.
pungent. Like,
And
ugh.
fuck anyone who ever says, "Oh, tomato juice and vinegar." That shit does not work. Only one thing I found. So she got hit. She ended up getting hit 4 times, but she got used to it. She got used to it. Like the last time, the second time she came in, she was upset. By the 4th time, she just came in and just jumped up on the couch, and I was like, "What the So but people were like, I told people what I used, and like never use tomato juice. That's such a old wives' tale bullshit.
It's like dish soap, right?
Dish soap. Certain one. What is it? Dawn dish detergent is amazing. Like I would wash her with it. Next day, you could kind of like you would have to get down and next to her and smell her. Like it was that good.
It's good for like getting onion smell off
Oh,
your hands.
well, that's what they use. Well, yeah, and that's what they use to get like wash off like animals when there's an oil spill.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an oily, and so.
Well, that makes sense.
So one time I went over to go tell my neighbor about the skunks, and they were on the front porch of her house. And so I was like, oh, shit. And so they started chasing me. I ran and jumped over because she had like a 3-foot fence and escaped them. And then one day I told her about it. She goes, yeah, I know. I was like, okay, as long as you know, as long as you're aware of the skunks.
Are these skunks your friends?
They are. They were her. They were. She was a nice little old lady who had 13 cats. So skunk come up, whatever. They play with the cats.
So yeah, somebody asked me like what I thought my spirit animal was, and I didn't really know. I used to work in the Forest Service, and I had this,
Oh, okay.
I had this story where I got touched by a bear.
Yeah. Oh my God. This
and
is
so-
crazy.
Can we tease that story because we're about to go into the second hour? We're going to take a 10-minute break.
Yeah, totally.
So you got touched by a bear.
Touched by a bear.
Let's tease that story.
So yeah, just imagine awaking from a slumber.
Let's save it. I want to hear the story, and so I want people to come back for the second
Okay.
hour.
Great.
So let's tease it. So this Friday night, Black Friday.
whoa, whoa!
Sorry, everybody's like, it's just Friday to me, bro.
Dark Friday?
Dark Friday. No.
Brown Friday.
At the Launchpad, starting at 7:55. Just kidding. Till 11:55.
11:53.
Chicharra? Is that how you say it?
Shaka Khan. Yes.
Chaka Khan.
Chicharra.
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 Or
So-
if it's an acoustic set, we do Chicharra.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hard.
It's a super quiet set in a tiny place.
So this Friday at the Launchpad CD release, and the CD is called it's
Let's paint this town in craters.
Let's Paint This Town in Craters. Yeah, that's awesome. That's an awesome name. So come out. Do you know what the cost is for the ticket?
It's $5.
$5.
$5,
I can't
man.
go. That's too
For
expensive.
4 bands. What?
I'm
You're
just
cheap.
kidding. I'm kidding. That's the
CGAP.
Albuquerque. That's the Albuquerque
cheap.
way. $5.
Oh, you'll get somebody text say, "Hey, can you get me in? Can
Yeah,
you get on the list?"
I'm
Like,
gonna.
it's
Can you
$5.
put me on your list? Can I get into your Ramfla? Well, yeah.
No.
Yeah,
No,
boo.
that's what
I
happens
love
when
you.
it's $7. You're like, oh,
$7? That's expensive.
That is annoying though when
I
you
need
read
a
like
drink.
$5 on the flyer and then you show up and they're like $7, man. You're like, wait a minute,
$5, man.
You took
That's
away
good.
half one of my beers.
you bastards.
That was a really wholesome shake of your head. I've seen angrier shakes.
You bastards. So $5 this, and then so people will be able to purchase the album. How much you guys selling the album for at the? Or is that secret?
That's
Just
not-
bring a lot
Just
of money.
bring a lot of money.
Just bring a whole
Bring a
lot of
lot.
cash.
We have new shirts. We're gonna have perhaps we're gonna have cool projections. We're gonna have a surprise.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but it's in the shape of an asteroid, so you should come see it. And possibly stickers, shirts, hoodies, necklaces. We have a lot of cool swag.
And I actually want to tease because we've it's been a while since we had musicians on,
Yeah,
and so we usually have our 10 questions
right.
for the musicians,
We do.
and we didn't do
So
any
we'll
of it.
tease those for the second hour for you guys for music. Our tendering minimum music questions. What do we have coming up? We have
Pagosa.
December 16th. We will be in Pagosa Springs,
I won't be there,
Colorado.
but I will-
Colorado.
I will be calling in, of course.
Yeah, we will be at what's the dispensary? I keep forgetting.
New Earth Meds.
Yeah, New Earth Meds. We'll be there right around. I probably around afternoon, around 2:00. We're going to do a show at New Earth Meds in Pagosa Springs, Colorado.
I should really check that because I'm not even sure that's the.
It is. It's like it's New Earth Meds, something like that. Yeah. I'm saying that and it's all fucked up. They're like, wait a minute here.
It's either like good or good.
Good Earth Meds. Sorry, yeah, my bad. I should probably have that down. Whoops. We have that show coming up. I think that's it. Does anybody else have any? Besides you guys, Friday night come out.
I don't have any concerts coming up.
Nobody. Michael,
Nothing.
James, you're on the Brave. You're still filming that, right?
Yeah, I'm on the Brave. I'm on the 11th episode. I'm not exactly sure when that comes out. We're
There's
still
gonna be
filming.
at some point people are gonna be like, how come that same extra is in like fucking 10 episodes of this show? What the shit, man?
I'm hoping to make a drinking game out of it.
Cool.
Every time you see me in the background,
Yeah,
take a drink.
that's cool. So go out Friday night and see.
Chicharra
There you go. That's
or
hard to-
cicada if you're white.
There's certain things. There's certain things I can't say very well. So go check that out. Check us out most Sunday nights here from 6 to 8 p.m. on Facebook.com/10drink. Go to our website 10drinkminimum.com. And as always, definitely drink when you watch our show, like we do. But always remember,
Never get too drunk to jerk 10drinkminimum.com.
Here is the moon, punch out the lights until the clouds run away. Here is the moon, punch out the lights until the clouds run away. The ladies emerge, older than ancient blue.
Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
Okay. Back. There we go. We're back. Back from the dead, I think. Something. Back from the wavy hour. We actually teased this story about a bear, but that will not happen. Oh, hold on. Maybe you're not on. Sorry.
So the way he said it.
Go
Check
ahead.
1, 2. So what he was talking about, the title of his story was "I was touched by a bear,"
Yeah.
which sounds kind of erotic to me.
I was thinking it would be like a good title for like a sitcom.
I thought maybe it was more like a, ooh, he was touched by a bear.
He wasn't
on the
attacked.
face. Like it was
He
like,
wasn't.
I thought he was touched by a rose, but it was a bear.
But he was touched by a bear.
What's that? Is who sings that song? Seal or
Touched
touched
by-
by a rose on the
Great.
face?
Seals get touched by bears all the time.
Well, Seal got touched by weird Scarface. I don't know. Oh, that's
and touch
mean.
implies like the bear took his paw and touched him. So it's not like he
Shot his paw.
or they came in contact. No.
He said he would come on again and tell that story. So
But he was touched.
Kindring Nation, that will happen at some point. Sorry about that.
Anyway,
I'm gonna reshare so that I can get our video back up, our video feeds back up. We're into the wavy hour.
fucking
whatever.
love the wavy hour.
Getting drunk. Boy, I went on a bender yesterday, man. I fucking power drank yesterday.
Yeah, I
Right.
started pretty late, but I was there at the end of the night. It's like, oh, I'm here now, and I had like a budget, and I went like triple it, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
now I have to, and I'm like coasting on fumes till Wednesday when I get paid. But yeah, I had fun.
What's funny is like I saw you, like it's funny because you were like kind of mad because we didn't tell you anything, but I was like I didn't mean to be here. It was one of those things where it just kind of happened.
Oh yeah,
Like I meant to go, so like I Facebook said yes to an event, but I didn't mean to actually go. I didn't think about it because I wasn't supposed to get paid yesterday, so I wasn't going to go out at all. I wasn't going to do anything. And then all of a sudden, I like put yes that I was going to this event, or it pops up. And my friend's like, "What time are you going?" She's like, "I need a ride. Can you give me a ride?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, fuck it, I'll go. Fuck it." Grab some food before. It was so bad. I couldn't remember where she lived.
oh yeah.
I had to ask her where she lived at, and she lives like 2 blocks from you. Did you know that, our friend Steph?
No, I did not know that.
Oh, okay. She lives like on Stanford, north of Lead.
It's just
2 houses. Yeah. Sorry.
snitching.
Snitching.
That's what we call snitching.
There's nobody watching this.
we were wandering around.
No.
We're getting an Australian coming into Albuquerque
Yeah.
and giving. And you just
Right.
gave them the coordinates to where our
The
friends.
Australians are going to take us down. So anyway, I ended up starting at this at Palmer because it was their Palmer's 1 year anniversary. Left Turn's 4 year anniversary. Very odd thing. We went. So I'm day drinking at noon.
Yeah.
And I'm drinking like fucking weird shit. It was an orange dreamsicle. Made with rum and I don't know. It looked like a milky substance with an orange slice on it.
Huh.
It looked very odd. My dad went Jesus when I posted it online. And I'm like, man. And so I started there. Then we went to our friend Matt's. I was telling her about Matt's new place.
Yeah.
She's like, well, let's go over there. And I knew, like, one of the main reasons why I didn't invite anybody is because I knew I had to be at Steelbender at 4 to meet 2 of my coworkers. Because they had invited me to go to Steelbender. So that was actually my only plan for the day. So then I'm like, well, so then like Steph and I we go to Broken Trail's new tap room. All of a sudden I look at the phone, it's 3:38. And I'm like, shit. Hey, I'll have to get you a lift because I have to go to Steelbender. Fuck, I'll have to get me a lift because I can't drive a car because I'm hammered. She's like, well, do you think they'll mind if I go? And I'm like, I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. Fuck it. Let's just go. So that was the day. That was like just a fuck it. Let's see what happens. So we show up at Steelbender, and I'm fucked drunk at this point. So then we end up drinking there, eating there. I don't know. Our ticket was $45. I don't know what happened. I don't know what we ate. I don't know nothing. So then we decide to go. We scoop up one of the two coworkers, and we decide to go to Dialogue, and that's when you came in.
Yeah.
And by that point, I'm fucked. I'm drunk.
And
we drank at Dialogue for I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I don't know.
I was there for like.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Which mic? Oh, hold on. I don't think I have your mic on. Sorry, do that again.
Oh, well, that explains why I did not see you in any of those pictures.
Oh yeah.
I saw Billy.
Yeah.
I saw Steph.
Yeah, just
And
hammered.
I saw a couple other people. I did not.
I know
see
we
you
sat
in.
at the bar.
Yeah, they were showing us their new sound system.
Oh yeah. Fuck, I forgot about that till just now. I just had drunk remembering.
Oh yeah.
Remember, I made that word up. Oh, yeah. Fuck, I just had it. So then we leave there and we went to Sidetrack
Because our names were on the board.
because our names were on the board and we had free beers.
That's a
and
good reason.
the cool thing about that is I don't think they took our names off.
They
didn't take
I don't
mine.
know.
When I
don't know.
left, my name was still up there.
Hey, you're
Okay.
supposed to do like this.
Kendrick Nation, don't snitch on me.
So we leave there and I think we went to
Bar Uno.
Barno, but it was packed.
Yeah.
So Alex and I left, my coworker, and we went over to Moonlight Lounge. Why were you not there?
I had a date last night.
Oh, okay. I would say probably of the scene people, you were maybe one of 5 people maybe not there. There was a lot of motherfuckers there last night.
I still had a good time.
I told my friend Alex, I said, hey, it's weird, like you may not think that, and it was packed, but I mean that place being packed is tiny, right? So I told her, I said, what you don't see that I see, and Billy more so, and probably other people more so, I said the crowd here is the who's who of who's left in Albuquerque from the last 20 years music scene.
Yeah.
And she
Also-
was, yeah.
Nobody invited me.
You weren't, nobody, there was no, like, you didn't get the invite for the show? Get Action show? Oh, wow. Maybe the Get Action dudes don't like you.
They're jealous.
I didn't find out about that show until Friday.
I knew about it. I
Yeah.
know because I'm also in a band with Ben Levine who was in Shadow Creeps and Good
Yeah.
Action.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And so I'm well aware of.
I had not put 2 and 2 together. So,
He's like I live with Chris,
Yeah.
Kendrick Nation, and I'll be like I have a show tonight. It's like what I didn't
yeah.
know.
Well,
It's
because
like,
you're the worst promoter of yourself of all time.
that's
You
also
are.
true.
So, we go, and I mean, like, Levi was out.
Love it.
Right?
Yeah. There was people out that were like, I'm like, fuck. Man. I told
And
Alex,
it's
there's
very
people
rare.
out that
It's rare to see even Marty out. And he
was
came.
out. Everybody. Like, it was weird. Like, the Russian girlfriend dudes were there. You know?
Oh yeah, Colin Ian.
That was weird. And, they'll go out, but, like, it was weird seeing them with that group of people.
Yeah.
And there was just, like, a who's who of, like, not even the people that were in bands, but the people who went out and saw bands for, like, the last 20 years were there.
Yeah. The only person that wasn't there was Brett Maverick.
He wasn't there. That's true. You're right.
And
Yeah, that's true.
It seems like that would be a show that he would go to.
That is shocking.
He was probably on a date too.
Oh, no.
There's priorities.
He's married.
You can have dates when you're married.
That's true. I'm wrong on that. So he might have been. He might have
That's actually
been.
true. I
That's
didn't realize that. My mind was just blown by that statement. You can still go on dates if you're married.
I went out and saw Thor last night.
What'd you think?
It was amazing.
It's pretty amazing.
Oh god, it was great. I'm going to see it again.
It's clearly the best one
I'm going to see
of
it
the
again.
Thor.
of the Thor, but where does it rank in Marvel?
Top 3.
Oh shit!
Top 3, I'd say.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It's good. It's really good. Like, if you haven't seen it yet and you're like, I don't like Thor movies, it's
I was pretty
good.
buzzed,
Yeah.
so I want to see it again just to make sure.
Yeah.
The
But
cool thing,
it's-
about like media now, is that I can basically not read any comics, but just watch a 10-minute summary of
Yeah.
any series ever
Right.
written,
Well,
And-
yeah.
and so I can find out what this whole like. Because I was watching this thing on Planet Hulk.
Yeah,
the other day.
I was going to say, this
Okay,
is
well,
based
Billy-
off of some stuff, yeah.
Billy, I'm gonna have to stop you there. You can't really like getting the story from a
Right.
comic is really missing more than half of the comic. Like you have to see the artistry.
Oh
in
well,
it.
the thing is, like, I remember that book, Bless Me Ultima, and I was like, someone was talking about it. It's like I remember that book, but I don't
Mhm.
want to read it again. I just fucking bought the Cliff Notes, and I was like, oh, this is what.
Oh,
happened.
wow. They have Cliff Notes for...
They have the Cliff Notes of the Bible, and I have so many Cliff Note books because I'm just so against like reading like the entire fucking series.
Comic books aren't really about reading, though.
Well,
That's
it's
all I'm
true.
saying.
Well, then I understand that because there is some like that really that happened. That's kind of fucked up, or like that's not as exciting as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
But I understand, like, of course, there's aesthetics to it, and you kind of get into the art, but I just want to know what happens.
Yeah, and it's funny because this movie is in like that's the one thing about the Marvel universe is they are taking different stories from the comics and they're mashing it together like Planet Hulk. This is a mashup of Planet Hulk.
Yeah, so that's where
Yeah.
like because I was watching this Planet Hulk, and they were talking about how that's where like the Thor fight happens when he's on this fucking planet.
I'm not. Are you fully done with the Punisher?
Yes.
You are. So what I think is interesting is with the Punisher is they're really keying in on like the later Punisher. Here, you want one of these? Oh yes. Because like later on in the Punisher series is when Microchip comes out and Jigsaw and all those people. So it is a lot of the later stuff, and they
they're going towards late '80s Punisher, which
Right.
is before Punisher got weird. Before
welcome
they
to Nerdcast. So I prefer like when people talk about the Punisher series. This is actually a conversation I had last night. Of the Punisher series, I mean, you have the Punisher, and then you have the Punisher War Journal. The Punisher War Journal much more violent, and people are like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yes."
no. But okay, more, but also lampoonishly so.
Sure.
It's like
Correct.
ridiculous.
Over the top, ridiculous.
It's like
Machine guns with 3,000 bullets flying out of them. Yeah.
to a point where he's like
Yeah.
in full body armor, like
Full body armor, muscled, and fucking just
like
Rambo style mowing people down.
okay.
Yeah.
Up to this point, Thomas Jane was the best Punisher
Yes.
because
Wait, but in which thing? In the Punisher movie or in Dirty Laundry?
both they're the same character.
Yeah, I feel like Dirty Laundry. He actually made Dirty Laundry because he felt like they didn't hit the character as hard as they should have.
In Portales in the early 2000s, the Punish was what we referred to. How do you say it? Ejaculate.
What?
So it's like, yeah, I just punished on her or whatever.
Oh
It's like-
wow!
and so when I think of the Punisher,
Oh wow!
it's like he's just fucking just shooting fucking his nut everywhere.
Of course, Garth Ennis, best writer of the Punisher. I think that's just me. But the guy John J. Barenthal or John Barenthal, the new guy.
John Berthal.
He based his character not off the Punisher Thomas Jane, but the Dirty Laundry Punisher Thomas Jane.
Well, yeah. Well, Thomas Jane's the storyline that he was working with is really
Yeah.
good, but that
Yeah.
was called Welcome Back, Frank.
Yep. I know.
Because-
I'm a huge Punisher reader.
And they did that to the T. They
Yeah.
had all like the ridiculous characters.
Yep.
And
Oh, yeah, over the
Spacker
top.
Dave.
Yep.
And they did
The guy playing the guitar. And
they did a beautiful job.
But nobody liked it. I don't know why people didn't like that movie.
It went back to like the original Punisher because the Punisher is supposed to not be wearing a freaking an armored suit. Like the Punisher is supposed to get punished himself. He's like James Bond in the fact that he gets almost killed during every single mission.
Yeah. It's like he's like shot up and fucked up and yeah.
And
so I don't know. I'm only 5 episodes in, and I'm going to tell you, the first 2 episodes though really took me a little while to get past. I had to rewatch. I fell asleep a couple times, but then now I'm like up to 5, and I'm like, okay, I'm in. I was a little. It took a little while, but that's the later on Punisher stuff where they've fleshed out the story a lot more. Because I mean, like a lot of superhero and fucking Marvel characters, they're just like. This is my superpower and I fuck shit up. The Punisher kind of was like that at the beginning. And then when they kind of fleshed him out and made him a real person, that's when it really took off.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, like I didn't like Tom Jane was still my favorite Punisher after
this TV show?
Well, no, after his appearance in Daredevil, I was still.
Oh yeah, okay.
I was still. Tom Jane still.
Really,
beating him.
that scene in the prison was just fucking amazing.
Tom James still
Yeah.
was like the heartbeat of that character for me.
I'll say the reason why I disagree with you.
But by the end of this series, oh, go on.
Okay. This is why I disagree is because they had the Kingpin in this, and what's his name who plays the Kingpin is amazing. I can't think of his name. Barney Fife from Full Metal Jacket.
No,
the guy from Full Metal Jacket.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio. He plays the Kingpin so well.
Yes.
And in them two together in the same scene, it was just amazing.
I'm not saying it wasn't a great scene. I'm just saying that wasn't the best Punisher yet.
Nerd talk.
This series is the best Punisher.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get there. The deal I have, like, I don't know if everybody knows all the background behind the Marvel stuff. So I don't know if this is one of the last Marvel shows that's gonna be on Netflix, but they're gonna leave Netflix. You saw that, right?
No, I didn't see that.
Disney is creating their own streaming service.
Oh no!
And they're going to pull them all. And I'm like, okay, I feel like Netflix gives Disney the shade to, like, do the violent shit. But if they have their own Disney streaming service, I'll be like, I'm going to watch the Disney show and watch the people get murdered on fucking,
Oh, yeah, it's going to be totally, like, watered, like, cookie, what
I hope
fucking sweetened up, or whatever you call it.
Do you think so?
If it's on a Disney streaming
how am I going to watch it then?
I don't know. How am I going to watch it? I don't
Exactly.
fucking Disney. Yeah.
So that just seems like a stupid idea. Like, I don't want to pay for an extra thing.
Yeah.
Way to dump a series.
God, like I have basically sat down like a month ago and listen, like, okay, you pay for Hulu, you pay for Netflix, you pay for HBO Go, you pay for...
You pay for all those?
I pay for...
I don't know why.
I pay for YouTube.
I don't know why you pay for all those. I have all that shit.
I know, and you gave me the codes, but, I support them in the way that I can.
But I mean...
Why?
Yeah, because I have Hulu, you have Hulu, so we're both paying for Hulu. That's the biggest waste.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
But then you're going to see what I...
Give me some Hulu. I don't even care about it.
I'll give you
actually.
my Hulu, because I actually have two... I pay for the two people. And
We're going to
nobody
shut our
uses
Hulus
What
down.
the hell, dude?
Wow.
And so basically, I got rid of HBO Go because Game of Thrones is done.
Yeah, and you can walk in here and probably watch it.
I know. I can walk in here and watch. So I got rid of that. I just got rid of my YouTube Red because I realized that...
Why?
Well, the thing is, like, I was...
No, I mean, like, why would you be... I'm not huge... I don't understand
So
YouTube.
you can watch the same content. The only reason I pay $12 a month for the YouTube service is for no commercials.
Right.
I love commercials.
And
See,
I have Amazon Prime, so you could, if you wanted the music that bad, I mean, you could have the,
I have Prime too.
And
actually.
so I got rid of Netflix because there was the only thing I kept was Hulu, and I'm sorry, I'm paying for like another month of subscription to YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So it came
Yeah.
down to like almost $70, which is like I think I don't know if it's much cheaper than cable.
No.
That's about the same as cable.
If you got Dish Network right now, it would be like $35 a month, and you get all that shit probably.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Like
Well,
shit.
so
man.
I'm paying too much basically. And you're right, Chris.
Well, and I think there's a thing that I don't know what it is. I have to look into it, but there's a thing called Sling. I think you can pay them like a certain amount, and you get channels, and you get to choose.
oh shit!
Maybe look at that. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know because I do overhear conversations at work about programming that sounds interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like that Naked and Afraid. I want to see what that shit's about.
Oh, so I just I do hipster cable. My parents have Dish Network, so I just use their account. So I just went through and on Xbox, I just downloaded a bunch of new like TLC and all those channels. So there's this show on the History Channel, and it was called Finding Hitler, and it was where they tried to investigate and try to find like if Hitler actually escaped out of Germany and was living in Argentina or whatever. So they
How
went
old
through.
is this? Is it new?
It's pretty new.
Okay. It
But
seems
anyway-
like I've seen it before.
So they
it's
they
an old concept. That's, and then they're just making a show about it.
So
now.
they finished that, and like they didn't find any evidence, but they did find evidence that the Nazis lived in Argentina.
Oh yeah, totally.
And that they were trying to build nuclear weapons, and that they were trying to restart a military.
I saw this on History of the Dead on
Yeah. Okay.
PBS.
So anyway, they now, and I have to watch this show. They now have a new show, Finding the Zodiac Killer.
Oh.
I'm in.
I'm like, dude. I watched that movie Zodiac, and I was like, well, they didn't ever catch him. How good could this movie be? And I loved that shit. I watched that show Mindhunter, and I can't fucking wait. Did you watch that show?
Yeah, I did.
Like
What'd you think?
It was intoxicating.
Dude.
You could not stop watching it.
Yeah, and you're like, they're just interviewing serial killers, and they're just talking like, you're like, ooh,
I watched
creeped
the
out.
first episode and like I think I was 10 minutes in and I was like, holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Where like the hostage situation.
Oh,
he's-
okay. That's the worst thing that happens, violent wise.
Oh, okay.
Everything else is talking.
Oh.
But it's worse. It is so much worse than watching that. That's almost why they did it. They're like, here's a guy getting his head blown off. How awful. Now let's talk about worse. Because they do. The things they say. You're like,
Oh man, like
God.
I was because I'm a big.
Well, let's go in depth on this. What were you thinking? Yeah, and like there's this just like naive people going in. Like, well, I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I don't know why.
I thought they could.
Yeah, I'd be like, ooh, that's
Yeah.
It is, and it's like they. Yeah, you get a little creeped out watching Mindhunter, and you're like, and someone's like, "Well, how can you be creeped out by what they say?" I'm like, "Cause they can say things that they can't show on TV, cause it's fucked up. It's like if they showed somebody fucking a headless corpse in the neck." Ugh.
I was watching because like I would say 80% of my TV viewing is not even it's YouTube,
Yeah,
and so they had
I watch a lot of YouTube.
and so they had I love top 10s, top 5s or whatever, and they were going off on like the most disturbing movies, and it shows up like it'll guess what you want to watch next, and I keep it on for background noise for the most part. But there are some fucked up movies out there.
Yeah, or the movie's been banned. In
Yeah.
countries.
But Salò, it's like an Italian movie about these, like aristocrats who like they just basically torture these teens and like weird sex games. And they make them eat shit and shit.
Ew.
And shit. Yeah. It's stuff like that. And there was like, of course the old Japanese movie Audition.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Battle Royale.
That won
No.
an award. That's not even that old. That came out in like 80. No, it was 90s. Takashi Miike.
Yeah, and like and it's basically
This
like
fucking guy, man.
and just watching like little bits of like what's fucked up about it. I'm like, ugh, gross. Like how this girl like cuts off limbs with piano wire, keeping a guy like alive with his limbs cut off in a bag, and only sustenance he has is her vomit.
Wow, dude, what's that one?
So apparently you're not familiar, or you're not familiar with Takashi Miike.
No.
I am not as well, and I don't think I want to.
Oh, he's done some amazing films.
Uh,
Ichi the Killer.
Yeah, I've heard.
oh yeah.
So good, and it's not even disturbing. I mean, there's a lot of blood in it, but it's pretty much a horror.
Okay.
It's like an action movie,
I'm told
action gore.
And the thing is, like, I have coworkers, like, because my coworker's favorite movie is House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh my god, I've never seen that, and I've heard it's like you have to try to wash yourself after it's over. I've never seen it, so I don't know. But I have seen The Devil's Rejects, and I loved it. That was fantastic. I want to see that they're making a third one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
same director,
Oh, of course.
That
It's
makes
his
sense.
movies. It's
Yeah.
like what's his name?
Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie. Yeah. I'm like, who's the shitty?
Like,
musician?
really? Who is it?
I couldn't think of his name. I don't know.
I
Fuck.
thought you were quizzing me.
But
Here I am, the one.
there was that movie on Caligula, and
Yeah, Caligula was a big one. Like they did tame that one down, and I think it was on like Cinemax or something at one point because they tamed it down. They cut like some of the horse scenes out, and people are like, Caligula, what the fuck?
He was a real person who did that shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
Caligula, yeah, he was insane.
synonymous.
He was because they think he was so inbred that he was a little crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then
You now have all the power in the world. Okay, cool. I want goats and horses. And
yeah, he would have big orgies with animals,
Just,
supposedly.
But what
I
you
don't know.
asked of me at the end of the day, Caligula would have blushed.
yeah. See, do you understand that?
Yeah.
Now
No.
I get it. I was like, oh shit. And if you make Caligula blush, then it was some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
She's like, "Can I cut a hole in you?" And then,
So I mean, if we're gonna nerd out this one, have you guys heard? I probably march in some. You definitely have your nerddom. That's some crazy anime shit. Billy has his nerddom. So Star Wars, right? EA. So the big thing with video games, a lot of people don't know this. Video games have become up there with like movies now,
oh yeah,
where
production
they
values.
cost as much, whatever, but
They can bankrupt an entire.
it sure can a studio.
Yep.
And so the big thing is like there's in the last like 5 years, there's been this thing called microtransactions, and it's on phone games, all that shit. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loot crates and whatever. Do you guys know where I'm going with this? Do you guys know what the big hubbub right now?
No.
So this is some real nerd underground shit here. So what happened is Battlefront 2 came out this weekend.
Yeah.
So last week they posted in Reddit about how they were like, yeah, man, we wanted to basically we wanted to do all these loot crates and everything because you can't open all the characters right away, and some of them you have to buy because we want you to be proud whenever you get these characters. Most downvoted thing in the history of Reddit. It hit
I could see that.
Oh,
collapsed. Like it
I-
fucking
I-
went to town.
I was like, downloaded? No, downvoted. I was like, how can you download?
so
Okay,
in the
so
last week, Disney trying to scramble.
So they were trying to do microtransactions in a major video game.
Well, they've been doing that. EA's been doing that for a long time.
They've been doing downloadable content, but not.
Mike, they've been. You haven't played Battlefront?
No, I haven't.
1. And all, they've been doing it. It's been a thing. So then, but everyone fucking hates it. Everyone's like, you fuck faces. Stop.
Yeah.
The big joke is like, you create the entire game and then you chop off part of it and then
And you have
put
to
it
pay
out.
for those bits,
And you go,
yeah.
you got to pay for that part of it, and people fucking hate it. So the most downvoted thing in the history of Reddit. So it collapsed. Like it's like this fucking PR nightmare. Disney comes in and is like, nope. Everything is from the get go.
good.
I'm like, finally.
I mean, if you're paying like
Fuck yeah.
$60+ for a
$60
game,
bucks. Yeah.
and then you should be fucking.
Fuck yeah.
That's the whole game.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like there's no cheats anymore. They've taken cheats out of video games, and now it's all purchasable shit. Oh, you want Darth Vader, with a pink, outfit?
You want
99
Darth Vader
cents.
with a fucking strap on?
Well, okay.
You have to pay for that shit.
See, when
Yeah.
when DLC came out,
Yeah.
I was still playing on the Dreamcast,
Oh,
and
yeah.
what that meant was they just happened to make more content for my game. And you know how much it cost? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They're like,
No
hey,
one played it.
this was stuff that we wanted to be in the game, but
Ugh.
we wanted to have a good game
Yeah.
for you to buy.
I just thought that was crazy.
And guess what? In like 6 months, we have 2 more levels for you that
Yeah.
we meant to have in the game, but we
Yeah.
wanted to have it on time.
Well, and you know what? If they, if a game that I like, they go out and they create, like for example, Skyrim. I've played Skyrim for the last 5 years off and on, and I go in, and it is a long fucking game. It's like 70+ hours in the game that you buy.
yeah.
Well, then they came out and they did 2 different add-ons, and those add-ons, like are more levels,
With
more
the vampires
stories,
and
yeah. And I don't have any problem with that. And people are like, "Oh, it's bullshit." And I'm like, "No, they should have came out with that when it came out." I'm like, "No, I mean, I'm fine with them afterwards going and creating another like mini part of the game and adding it. I have no problem with that.
That's true. I mean,
But if they make the game and then they just like rip out everything and then go, "You got to buy it later," it's like, "Fuck you." You got to buy all the characters later.
Somebody was talking about they bought it,
Mm-hmm.
or like was it? I'm not sure if it was Battlefront. But
Gerf
any game-
Morlex.
But even now, like with like the new consoles, you buy the game, you think you can play it right away.
No.
Nope, you have to sit around for hours till it gets downloaded.
Oh, you don't know this?
I did not know this.
Oh, Xbox One. That's how it's been.
That's fairly normal.
Well, it isn't. It's new. So I got an Xbox One about a year ago.
Wait, I'm okay.
But
I'm misunderstanding.
It was never a grievance. You never talked like, oh shit, I can't play
No.
it right away.
I fucking hate it, but I mean I understand it. So it's basically what has happened is remember. So you remember when like multiple discs came in a package?
Yes.
This is some real fucking game nerd shit. So that's when you would sit there and put the game in, and it's
Final
reading off
Fantasy
the
VII
game.
came in 5 discs.
Correct. So everything is on those discs. So they're not doing that anymore.
7 discs.
Maybe, yeah. There was a lot in some of them. So now you'll never buy a new game that doesn't come on just one disc. And the reason why is a lot of times, and like Xbox tried to do this from the get-go and people shit the bed. Xbox tried to make where you have to be online to use the system. And there was such a backlash that people, they had to not do that. Well,
Yeah.
the problem with that is there's a reason why they're doing that. And what it is you're really buying the disc because the disc has the license on it, and that's about it. So you put the game in, and then it downloads the game or the bulk of it to your hard drive.
The
Like
same
a-
way PCs do.
Like a PC. It
Yeah.
is just like that. And it's like pulling it from a server somewhere. So,
There's no reason for a disc then.
except for the license.
The licensing. That proves
Right.
that you own it.
So you put in the disc, maybe it has like
Yeah.
a tiny megabyte of information.
Yeah.
So it's all just from
Not really. Probably not.
not even that much.
No, it probably just has the license, and it tells the server to download the shit to your thing. Because like they've been doing this thing where Xbox makes games backwards compatible, like the old Xbox 360 games.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have like one of them was Red Dead Redemption, and the thing is they made it backwards compatible, but you didn't have to buy it if you already owned it. So if you go put that Xbox 360 game in there, boom, you could play it, and it would download it to your computer. Well, it's not downloading it from that disc; it's downloading it from a server.
Yeah.
But that disc is telling them that you own it, and you can't play it unless you have it. So I have like a 500 gig hard drive. No, I have a terabyte hard drive on my Xbox. It's completely full. I have to constantly delete games to put new ones on it
That's crazy.
because it fills it up.
So, I'm not a computer guy, and I have like a shitty computer right now.
Yeah.
But like emulators are a thing.
Yeah.
So is there an emulator you can get like just these games like Xbox One games?
Oh, you would have to. No, I mean they're so powerful. You would have to.
Yeah. Because like 8-bit games, 16-bit games,
The
was-
licensing is they'd sue the fuck out of you and get you.
I apologize. I had to.
That's okay.
I'll have to pee too soon.
So no, you couldn't do that with Xbox One. I'd say the last emulated stuff right now.
Or okay, so what's the highest quality game you can get from an emulator now?
Emulator now, I'd probably say the PS2,
PS2.
and the Xbox original, probably.
Okay.
360.
See, yeah, that's
No, not even that one, probably, I doubt. I mean, you really have to have a powerful computer to run that shit on an emulator.
Yeah, but they still like offer it.
Are you sure? I don't think I've seen it.
But you
I don't
can,
know.
you can probably get
we got a
Dreamcast
friend.
games now because
Oh, for
when-
sure.
When,
No.
when I was doing emulators,
No, I have that.
the highest one I could probably get was 16-bit games.
No, no. They have Dreamcast.
Oh, really?
64 bit
I
at
have
least.
that,
128 bit
Yeah.
is where they're at right now.
I've got Dreamcast, Xbox original, but again, my computer's better than yours, and it struggles to run original Xbox games. So, I mean,
then.
no, it's my computer because I can run other stuff. You know, because I can run Steam on it, and I can run certain Steam games on there. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know.
Well, the thing about emulators is it really has
Some
to do
real
with,
nerdy
with,
shit right now.
with
Oh,
yeah,
hold
we're
on.
getting really nerdy.
Hold on a second. I just accidentally hit. Give me a second. I accidentally hit stop on the the recording of the audio, so my bad. But yeah. Anyway, so what was I gonna tell you? Man, I have really had this Tales from the Tour Bus show in my head for like the last week. It's so good, so good.
From what? What?
Tales from the Tour Bus, Mike Judge. Yeah, Mike Judge. He's from Albuquerque.
Yeah, no,
Beavis and
I know
Butthead.
Mike Judge.
So
Well,
he
I
did
don't know him
this. So he
personally,
did
but-
this TV show. It's on Cinemax. It's called Tales from the Tour Bus, and it's fantastic.
I don't know anything he's done that wasn't fantastic.
Well, and it's like basically they went through and and it's all animated and it's all about different country star. I'm hoping the second season. Okay, the first season is all like outlaw country stars. First episode's Johnny Paycheck. The second one's Jerry Lee Lewis. The third and fourth are George Jones and Tammy Wynette. And then like I think I'm missing someone in there. Then like the fifth one is Billy Joe Shaver.
Yeah, that's okay. So those episodes, because of course you want to know about Waylon Jennings, you want to know about George Jones. You
Waylon
wanna know,
Jennings is a two-parter.
Sure, Johnny Paycheck, Jerry Lee Lewis. All
Yeah.
these, but then there's like names I'm not familiar with. and
Foley. What was his name?
so I have to watch those again because we
Yeah.
saved those for the last. Like I don't know this guy, so
Yeah.
let's skip over. And let's do
But
fucking.
they're all like country stars, and it's just like there's the stories from their roadies and everybody about them. Like George Jones was a fucking maniac.
And it's clean cut because he wasn't outlaw. He was like the Grand Ole Opry,
Yeah.
like kind of like buzz cut.
He
kind of-
stopped loving her today.
and so he had to keep up the persona of like I'm clean, but
He had psychotic episodes. He would talk to a duck and an old man, and then the duck and the old man would get into fights.
Multiple personalities.
Yeah, the duck and the old man would get in fights, and he would have to get in between them.
Yeah.
And they were not real people.
That's
Yeah.
a psychotic break.
Yeah,
And so like for some reasons he was of course out of his mind.
drunk, just
and,
drunk.
and then like the duck got kicked off the bus. He kicked the duck off the bus.
And then he felt bad, and he made him turn the bus around and go pick the duck back up.
That's so fuck.
It's crazy.
And I didn't realize how like much shit Tammy Wynette had to deal with, and it's probably good that as toxic as that relationship. I'm glad it's over.
So if you're into that kind of music, that Tales from the Tour Bus. I don't know if you have Cinemax, but
Which put Cinemax back on the map for me. I totally
yeah, I'd
forgot
watch
that
Cinemax
was like
forever,
a channel,
He's all
like a
Friday night
form of media.
porn. Cinemax. Friday after
Skinemax, yeah.
dark. Friday after dark. I hope season 2. They've got to season 2. I hope season 2 is like 80s hair metal bands or something.
Oh my god.
Ozzy and Thin Lizzy.
Okay,
and-
so the first episode, he actually, like I said, it's all based in Nashville, Memphis, all the South, country music. But he did kind of tease, but like he was talking about NWA. At
oh
first.
yeah.
But of course, that story's been told already.
Well, I think there's a lot of rap groups they could do. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like the third season, do like rap.
do like a
gangster rap, and they tell some of those
like
stories.
Too Short.
Oh God, Too Short. Ghetto Boys.
Yeah.
Like when what's his face got shot in the face.
Oh,
Bushwick Bill.
Yeah.
Got shot in that eye and survived.
And then he became like a fucking preacher after that or something.
Oh, something. Yeah. What's the band? Public Enemy. I guarantee they have some fucking Flava Flav has to have some crazy shit.
Tales from Tour Bus.
Tales from the Tour Bus. So I hope they do different genres. That
I
would
hope
be
so, too.
fantastic. But then again, if they did more country, I'd be like, fuck it, I'm good.
Hell yeah.
Merle Haggard's got to have some crazy shit.
And the thing is, Willie Nelson is in a lot of the shows, but they never did one on him.
I don't think Willie was like shooting people and doing.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
he
he probably
smoked a bunch of weed. That's pretty much.
I don't know.
To the extent.
Yeah, that doesn't make a very thrilling story.
I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, I want to be a Hell's Angels now.
You stopped loving her today. Isn't that the words? Yeah.
We stopped loving her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about these genres.
I want George Jones sideburns, like those ones that came down here and just shave all the rest off.
And the thing is, like,
And just a can of hairspray on my hair.
They did. I guess there was a small bit in the Waylon Jennings episode about how when he played the Navajo Nation.
Oh yeah, that was great.
And so what happened is Merle shows up in the bus.
Waylon.
Waylon shows up in the bus and goes to the guy. Is like, I'm fucking huge here. He's like, Waylon, you're big everywhere. It's like, no, I'm the fucking Rolling Stones here.
Yeah, in what was that?
Gallup. And so he's
all they packed them in like these BBs.
13,000 people, and if somebody would pass out drunk, they wouldn't fall on the floor because it was everyone was so crammed in.
So cramped in. He's all they packed them like there's BBs.
And the story went, I guess after the show, they wanted like a mob of natives came and demanded to see Waylon. Like, he's not here, and so they basically like told us, you're gonna let us on that fucking bus. And so they did like the Navajos did a search of the bus, and he's like, he's not here.
Yeah, I wonder where he was though. They never said where he was.
Yeah, he didn't say where he was, but it was neat because it actually did. You know that the historic hotel in Gallup.
Oh yeah.
The El Rancho.
They showed it.
They showed it, and I was like, I know exactly where that fucking is.
Yeah, he's like, I'm big here, and they're like, Hosh, you're big everywhere. No, I'm the fucking Rolling Stones here.
And it's true.
Yeah.
Fucking, if there was George Strait totally took the throne, but when George Strait plays within, I say 200 miles of the res, it's all going to be fucking Navajos.
Oh, really?
At a George Strait show, and apparently Waylon Jennings.
Well, George Strait killed a man on the reservation, and they had a parade for him. Like, wait a minute, what?
So that he had a show. One of his last shows was my parents actually went to that show, but my parents it was
George
like,
Strait or
it was George Strait, 90% like natives, and that's how big fucking George Strait is. Like I said, it's not. We're far from the Navajo res.
Where are you playing at in Gallup? Where's the place to play?
I don't. Probably like a fairgrounds.
Wow, man.
Gallup's not even that big.
No, that's what I was trying to figure out. Why,
Like
like they have an arena or
13. That's more than half the population. In the 70s, I would say that's the entire population of Gallup,
Or more.
or more.
Wow. Oh yeah, it's like everyone's at the show. I remember. So when I was younger, I've seen Willie twice, and the first time I saw Billy Joe Shaver was there, and I didn't meet him at that time, but I met Billy Joe, but I never had heard of him.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, I went and found out who he is because Billy Joe Shaver's in this show. And he has like 2 fingers cut off on his right hand, but he plays the guitar. And he wrote a lot of Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson's songs. So I guess he probably does that. I don't know. Anyway, of course, he shot a man in the face with a 22. What did he say? I shot him between the mother and the fucker. That's what he said on that episode. I was like, wow, okay. But I saw him with Willie Nelson in Portales, New Mexico, in the ballroom of the Campus Union building. And I remember it was $20 to go see Willie Nelson. And I mean, this is the biggest, like, since I lived in Portales, this is the biggest act that has come to town. And I remember my friends, I'm like, you guys going to go? Would you guys get tickets? They're like, nah, we're not going. I'm like, why? Like, it's $20. I'm like, it's $20 to see fucking Willie Nelson in a ballroom, a 2,000-seat ballroom. They're like, yeah, that's a lot of money. Like, $20?
Yeah. I would pay 40.
I mean, like-
I pay like 60 to see in an intimate setting like that. I would to see Willie. I love Willie.
James is like, I wouldn't see Willie Nelson.
I would pay.
No, I
5.
was gonna say like you guys are rich or something.
$20 to see Willie Nelson, though. That like at the Launchpad, would you pay $20 to see Willie Nelson at the Launchpad?
Probably not.
No, you're not. Well, you're not a fan. I mean, if it was somebody that level, and Willie Nelson doesn't charge $20 to see him. Is what I'm trying to say. You're paying like $40 to $100.
It's not his choice. It's just his booking. Like thing is, he
No, but it was his choice. That show.
yeah.
No, the only band I've ever spent $20 to see is like the Pixies.
Okay. And you were way back in the back. You were not in the front.
But no, they were up in Santa Fe.
Oh, okay.
I was
yeah,
like
yeah,
way
yeah.
up in front. The Pixies. No, I didn't even spend $20 to see Morrissey. Got that
No?
for $18.
What?
Well, okay.
No, Morrissey's more than that.
I paid $18. It wasn't even $20 to see.
Where was this at?
Up in Santa Fe.
Wow.
Um,
That's crazy. How long ago was that?
2 years ago.
Damn. He's really falling
Maybe
off.
3?
He's really falling off. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I've paid $20 to see anyone.
Really? That's crazy. I'd say
Well,
the
no,
most-
I know the Pixies.
I've paid like $45 to see people.
Yeah, I think those tickets to see we didn't pay for them, but the tickets to see Jeff Mangum were like 40.
Oh
plus.
yeah, easily. Well, those Shens tickets at the Opera were like 55.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus. I was like, Jesus, what the hell?
But anyway,
I digress.
well, what I'm saying, I haven't said this before, but like I go hard.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I can be really annoying, and my drinking can be a problem for a lot of people. But just seeing these fucking
Oh, yeah.
how much they drink.
Oh, watching this show, you feel better about any kind of crazy drinking or drugs you've ever done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they play this game of like switching pills with each other.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, I'll trade you like a red and white for like a 2 blacks.
Some of those Black Widows, and it was crazy because like they were like, yeah, you'd line up before the show, and you would all like, I'm taking 2 of these and 4 of these. That way, everyone was on the same level. Like they all took the same, so that they played the same. It's like, what?
That makes sense.
Amphetamines.
Yeah.
There was not a lot of weed.
No. Cocaine, amphetamines, and
cocaine,
then whatever Black
amphetamines,
Widows
whiskey.
are. Whatever Black Widows are.
Yeah.
What I thought was crazy was when
Quaaludes.
Waylon Jennings.
There was no
and,
Quaaludes.
Waylon Jennings.
I guess there was. They probably put a pill. I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't want to spoil too much. I mean, there's spoilers that if you're going to watch the show, I'm going to tell a little bit of the episode. So Waylon Jennings mailed cocaine to himself from New York. So
So he get it on tour.
they get it. No, they get it at they get it
studio.
at this in the studio because I guess it was really good cocaine. So the DA follows the package to see who it's going to. They end up dumping a half a kilo of cocaine into the toilet to keep from getting busted by the DA. It's like, fuck.
And so it was the engineer. Of course, the DEA is
No,
there.
it was the drummer who was engineering.
Yeah, he's in. So they had that thing where like he presses the button so you have rooms. You
Yeah.
hear
He leans on the microphone so you can hear
what's going on in the booth.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, there's no
Drugs.
cocaine. There's drugs. Like,
You have
and
a
so,
warrant?
so people in the recording area were like, oh shit, the DA's here.
Yeah.
Fucking get that package and fucking throw it down the
Well,
toilet.
so he tells him, he's like, well, you go get the warrant, and he goes, and we'll keep recording because we're paying $250 an hour to record here. He's like, oh, go ahead and start, and he's like, that microphone's bad, I got to change it out. So he goes in there and he's changing out the microphone. Then he walks over and he grabs the coke and sticks it in his pants, right? Because he knows when they all walk out of the studio, they're going to gravitate towards Waylon. So when they do that, he goes to the bathroom and just dumps it all down the toilet. It's like, fuck, man, and saves them all. It's like, fuck. That's that show. That's what that show's about. It's like those kind of stories. and it's all animated, so you can see what they're talking about.
And it actually starts. It hooks you in because the first episode is about Johnny Paycheck.
And he was nuts.
And he was the craziest
Nuts.
dude. Like at like in his early 20s, he stole like
all those cars,
key rack, and just like would just
he went to a car dealership and he threw a brick through the window and stole a car, got the key and stole the car. He didn't like it, so he brought it back. So he stole another one. So they came. He didn't like that one. He brought it back. So he took the whole key rack, put it in the car, drove to the river, threw the key rack in the fucking river. Like, what the fuck? That's just a dick move right there.
In all honesty, like, I could see myself if I were to give in like just carte blanche with like no, that money is no object, and I can't see myself not doing the same shit.
Yeah, I would be like, well, Billy would get up about 3 o'clock and he'd start doing coke, right? And get into the cocaine right away. Then he'd do a little beer, and before you know it, he was wired, and he'd be up for about a week straight.
and you always hear about like L.A. Like they had, I think it was, I don't know, like Nikki Sixx who had $1,000 a day coke habit.
Oh yeah, there's a couple times Billy'd pass out on top of a woman, and I'd have to go in there and do the business, get him off the top of her. Yeah. You imagine that?
Actually, I would say Smiley would be worse.
Yeah.
I want to say Smiley, if you had just...
We lost Smiley for, I don't know, 2-3 months. Finally, we found him. He was in Joshua Tree. He was kind of, I wouldn't call him a cult, but they were kind of a cult, and they were making methamphetamines out there in the desert,
Well, come on, guys. You know I only like hallucinogens and,
Right.
and booze.
He wasn't doing that.
I would have had my
amphetamines,
own
but-
cult.
Oh. So another spoiler for the show. So Billy Joe Shaver was supposed to play with the Grateful Dead, and he partied too hard, and he showed up a day late. So he gets to the venue, and they're like, no, they played last night. You were supposed to be here. You no-showed. And he's like, oh, all right. And he went to leave, and the guy goes, wait, are you Billy Joe? He's like, yeah. The Dead wanted you to have something. And he's like, okay. And the guy pulls out a roll of toilet paper. And he goes, oh, all right, I guess this is the joke. And the guy goes, no. He goes, they wanted me to tell you each sheet the whole thing has been soaked in acid. And it was the acid that the Grateful Dead had their own chemist that toured with them. And I can't think of his name, but he dipped the toilet paper in acid. So he spent the whole day eating sheets of toilet paper.
Nice.
And doing LSD on his car. Like, you're like, oh. And I was just like, that's fucking nuts, man. It's fucking nuts, but I don't know. Like someday maybe there'll be all tales from the podcast room.
And so, I remember
he smelled awful bad. He wouldn't shower for 3 days when he was on a bender, I don't know.
It's a great show. It's
Yeah.
probably the only, like I said, it put Cinemax back on the map.
Yeah.
I know what Cinemax is now again.
I wonder if
And Mike Judd, man, the guy, he went to Highland High School.
yeah, he's from
You
Albuquerque.
guys and your cable shows.
You guys and your rich stuff. Let me see if they've got a lot of times they'll tell you if they're going to do another one. Let's see. The wiki page says, Mike Judge Tales from the Tour Bus is an animated comedy television series created by Mike Judge, Richard Mullins, and Dub Cornett. The series premiered on September 22nd. Wow, I heard about it a long time ago, and I just never watched it. The series is presented as a biographical oral history of country music, narrated by Mike Judge and presenting anecdotes of star performers told by their families, bandmates, and close associates. Interview subjects are presented in rotoscope and their anecdotes in a contrasting cell animation style. Okay, but it doesn't say anything about... damn it. I guess I don't know. Blaze Foley was the last one. But there's nothing... Usually they'll tell you if they've been, like, re-upped, I guess, for the next season. Let's see.
It was a great fucking show, and it should be
Oh, let's see. Tour Bus Season 2. Let's see. I don't know. It doesn't say anything about season 2 yet. So I don't know. We'll see. Go watch it, and maybe it'll get a season 2. I thought it was fantastic. I'm a real big history of music person, and I love all the crazy stories and background stuff. My favorite behind the music is Fleetwood Mac. I'm not a big fan of the band, but the behind the music was badass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another one is Pantera. If you haven't seen the behind the music of Pantera, holy shit.
I want to say Mike Judds knows this, and he wants to do acts where the story isn't already known.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know that shit about George Jones until he made the show.
God damn, yeah.
Because there was no behind the music with George Jones, and it was just like I said, he was clean cut, Grand Ole Opry, good old boy, and
he was the craziest.
And he was the craziest.
Man, wow! I was blown away by how nuts was. Yeah, I don't remember anymore. But anyway, cool, man. I want to thank people for listening. Go out this Friday night if you're in Albuquerque, and go see Chicharra. Is that right?
Yes,
Chicharra. At Launchpad. Doors open 8 p.m. $5. It is their CD release party. We were listening to the album. It's at the break if you want to go back and re-listen to some of their songs. They're a great band. They're good friends of ours. Morrow has been on this show multiple times. She's always fun and bubbly, and she's one of those people that I just can't be around and be sad. I don't know how you would do that.
All right.
Know? She's so bubbly and happy and fun and full of energy. But go check them out. December 16th, we will be in Pagosa Springs at let me see. I have it on my phone. I better get this right because I don't want to do them injustice. So let me pull this up here. It's I want to say Good Earth Meds is the name of the place.
It's
Good Earth Meds. We'll be live at Good Earth Meds in Pagosa Springs, Colorado. We have a place to stay already.
All right.
So you're good. We are going to go up there afterwards. We're going to go to the baths. That's about $25-$26, I think. Right around there. We're going to go soak and drink beers. People want to come out and go hang out with us. We're more than happy to do that. But December 16th, we'll be at Good Earth Meds in Pagosa Springs, Colorado. Drinking those Colorado Kool-Aids. Johnny Paycheck reference. Anybody else got anything to promote?
Not currently.
No.
I would say Bellama Hounslow is going to be back hard in 2018.
Are you serious?
I think so.
Which one? Which Hounslow?
Hounslow with Simo at vocals.
Huh?
Ben Levine.
Yeah.
Myself. We need a bass player.
Interesting. Who was the bass player? Oh, Randy or whatever his name was?
Yeah.
Randy of the Redwoods. Well, cool, man. James is on The Brave. Watch out for that. Watch out for him in the TV show The Brave.
That's true.
He's in the background. He's a background guy.
Make a drinking game about it.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
can
there's
sing me a
James.
bunch.
Take a shot. Chug. Chug, chug. Thank you guys for listening. Most Sunday nights we're here from 6 to 8 p.m. Facebook.com/10drink. You can also go to 10drinkminimum.com. We have a YouTube channel. You can add all that shit there. It's there. It's all there. Thank you for watching. And with that, we are 10 Drink Minimum.